Greetings to Dr. Nazri Abdul Rahman for today's presentation entitled Comprehensive Analysis of Upstream and Downstream Activities in Tunisia, Natural Gas Industry, Challenges and Future Undertakings will be presented by Faradiba and me myself, Richard Wong. The content of the study is comprises of introduction, upstream activities, downstream activities, challenges in natural gas industry development, and future undertakings in natural gas industry development. So, Tunisia is a relatively small producer of natural gas, but it plays an important role in the country's energy mix. The natural gas industry in Tunisia encompasses both upstream and downstream activities, with a focus on exploration, production, and utilization of this vital energy resource. Approximately 97% of Tunisia's electricity is generated from fossil fuels, mainly natural gas. Through June 2023, nearly 47% of Tunisia's natural gas needs were met through imports, mainly from Algeria. In addition to local gas production, Tunisia receives natural gas as a royalty on the Algerian Transmed gas pipeline crossing Tunisia to Italy. Oil production began in 1966 at 118,000 barrels per day in 1980 and reached 63,000 barrels per day in 2015. The natural gas supply has been steadily growing from 2000 until 2021 with a trend increases about 107%, as can be seen in Figure 1. Next, for Figure 2, the net gas imports in Tunisia in 2021 is 60.7% of total gas supply. As usual, the trend gas import increases around 301% from 2000 until 2021. The concern regarding the increase in natural gas imports and supply in Tunisia is its heavy economic reliance on global energy prices. Relying significantly on imported natural gas exposes Tunisia to fluctuations. So, there are three.
We move on to upstream activities. So, upstream activities in natural gas industry refer to exploration, extraction, and production of natural gas from underground reservoir. These activities are crucial for ensuring a steady supply of natural gas to meet the energy demand of various sectors, including power generation, industrial processes, and residential consumption. Tunisia natural gas production primarily comes from onshore and offshore fields located in the southern and eastern part of the country. So there are three main natural gas reservoir, which is natural gas field in Tunisia country, which are first El Boma field, second Miska field, and third Hasdrubal field. First is the El Boma field. So El Boma field is a crucial component of Tunisia upstream activities in natural gas industry. So this El Boma field is discovered in 1964 near the Algerian border, as shown in figure 3. This onshore field is one of the country's largest natural gas producer, accounting for around a third of Tunisia's domestic natural gas demand. So this El Boma field operated by Societe Italo-Tunisian d'Exploration Petrolière, which also known as CITEP, a joint venture between Italy Eni and Tunisia state-owned enterprise Tunisian d'Activité Pétrolière (ITEP). The El Boma field has been reliable sources of natural gas for the country. So at its peak 1983, the field produced around 74,070 barrels per day of crude oil and condensate. However, like many of Tunisia natural gas field, the El Boma field is a mature asset, having recovered 99.04% of its total recoverable reserve. So the remaining recoverable reserve are estimated at 7.2 million barrels of oil equivalent, comprising 7.4 million barrels of crude oil and condensate, and 0.91 billion cubic feet of natural gas. So over time, the declining production from the El Boma and other mature natural gas fields in Tunisia has led to increasing reliance on import to meet country energy needs. So in recent year, Tunisia natural gas production has been declining at rate of around 6% per year from 7.8 million ton of oil equivalent MTO in 2010 to 5.4 MTO in 2016. Next is the Miska gas field. So this Miska gas field has been constant of Tunisia upstream natural gas industry over 2 decades. So this Miska field is discovered in 1975 and brought in production in 1996. So this offshore field located in the Gulf of Gap has played a vital role in meeting the country's growing energy needs. So at its peak in 2005, the Miska field was producing around 200 million cubic feet per day, which are equivalent to 5.7 million cubic meter per day of natural gas and condensate. So with estimate gas reserve of around 43 billion cubic meter, which equivalent to 1.5 trillion cubic feet, Miska has been a reliable source of natural gas for Tunisia, accounting for around 11% of the country's total natural gas production in the recent year. So the Miska field was initially developed and operated by BG Group, which are now part of the Shell, until 2016 when the operatorship was transferred to the state-owned enterprise Tunisian Activities Petroleum, which is ITEP, which are also managed the El Borma field previously. So this transition reflects Tunisia's effort to gradually take a more active role in management and development of its strategic energy asset. So the natural gas from the Miska field has been primarily used for electricity generation, as Tunisia relies heavily on natural gas to fuel its power plant. This reliance on Miska production has been a crucial factor in ensuring the country's energy security and support its economic development. However, as El Boma also, the natural gas Miska field natural gas in Tunisia also has seen declining production in recent years due to the depletion of reserve. And last natural gas field available in Tunisia is the Hasdrubal field. So this Hasdrubal field is significant offshore natural gas asset located in Gulf of Gaps, Tunisia. So it was discovered in 1975 by Elf Sofratep. So the field was initially deemed which are non-commercial, but further appraised by BG Group, which are same group as the one that founded Miska field, which are now part of Shell, confirm its commerciality in the late 1990s. So Hasdrubal is produced through 3 wells drilled from normally unmanned platform called Hasdrubal A, which weighed around 2,450 tons and is supported by 1,000 ton 70 meter long jack. So Figure 5 shows the location map of the Hasdrubal field. The produced oil, condensate and natural gas are exported through a 110 km 18-inch diameter multi-phase export pipeline to the Hasdrubal onshore processing plant located near Shaft in Tunisia. So the Hasdrubal field is estimated to contain recoverable reserve of 260 billion cubic feet of gas and 225 million barrels of condensate. So BG Group, the operator of the field with 50% interest, is the biggest producer of natural gas in Tunisia, meeting more than half of the country's natural gas demand through the Hasdrubal and Miska field. So the Hasdrubal is the biggest producer of natural gas in Tunisia, meeting more than half of the country's natural gas demand through the Hasdrubal and Miska field. However, Shell, which acquired the BG Group in 2016, has recently announced plans to relinquish its interest in both Hasdrubal and Miska field in June 2022 amid the company's effort to streamline its upstream investment. This move highlights the challenge faced by the international oil company in Tunisia upstream sector, which has been tough environment for onshore operator because of the factor of frequent protests, legal with the government. As the Shell prepared to exit Tunisia upstream sector, the country will need to find a way to attract new investment and develop offshore resources to meet its growing energy demand and reduce its reliance on import. So, the Hasdrubal field, with its significant reserve and existing infrastructure, will continue to play a crucial role in Tunisia upstream activities in the future.
The downstream sector is the refining of petroleum crude oil and the processing and purifying of raw natural gas, as well as the marketing and distribution of products derived from crude oil and natural gas. The downstream sector reaches consumers through products such as gasoline or petrol, kerosene, jet fuel, diesel oil, heating oil, fuel oils, lubricants, waxes, asphalt, natural gas and liquefied petroleum gas, as well as naphtha and hundreds of petrochemicals. In Tunisia, there are three main downstream activities, which are Feriana-Demani gas pipeline, Trans-Mediterranean pipeline, and South Tunisian gas pipeline Nawara project. One of downstream activities is the construction of Feriana-Kasserine Tajourin-Demani gas pipeline, which supplies gas to 19 municipalities. The goal of Tunisian Electricity and Gas Company is to bolster its gas transmission infrastructure and supply it to the country's northwest. Construction, installation, and operation of the 24-inch diameter pipeline spanning 200 kilometers. In addition, pipelines were installed to deliver gas to 19 municipalities from the Feriani-Demani gas pipeline and STEG networks. These pipelines have diameter ranging from 8 to 10 inches and extend over distances of 7 to 13 kilometers. The major 110 polyethylene network, 63 mm in diameter and operating at a pressure of 4 bar, supplies gas to clients in the residential and tertiary sectors across a radius of approximately 404 kilometers. The Trans-Mediterranean pipeline, also known as Enrico Mattei gas pipeline, is a natural gas pipeline from Algeria via Tunisia to Sicily and then to mainland Italy. An extension of the Transmed pipeline delivers to the Algerian gas to Slovenia. The pipeline begins from the Hassi Armel field in Algeria and runs 550 kilometers to the Tunisian border. In Tunisia, the pipeline runs 370 kilometers to El Hawalia in the Cape Ben region, after which it crosses the 155 kilometers wide channel of Sicily. Its land falls in Mazzara del Vallo, Sicily. From there, the pipeline continues 340 kilometers in Sicily, 15 kilometers across the Strait of Messina, and 1,055 kilometers in mainland to northern Italy with a branch to Slovenia. So according to Hayes, the Tunisian section consists of 3 compressor stations and 2 lines of 48 inches. In 2012, the capacities of the pipeline increases from 30.2 billion cubic meter of natural gas per year up to 33.5 billion cubic per meter by 2012. The last downstream pipeline project was the South Tunisian gas pipeline Nawara in 2014. The project consisted of 3 different components: a central processing facility (CPF), gas pipeline, and gas treatment plant (GTP). The central processing facility, located near the Nawara 1 well, collects gas received from all the southern fields of the Nawara Caucasian wells to be compressed prior to transport via pipeline to the treatment plant in Gabes. Then, the gas is transported via a gas pipeline with a 24-inch of diameter and 370 kilometers with a maximum capacities of 10 million SM3 per day. The gas will be transported into a gas treatment plant, which is located on the coast of the Ganoch industrial area near Gabes and will have LPG storage facilities. The plant has a capacity of 2.7 million SM3 per day and products commercial gas, propane, butane, and condensates will be supplied to STEG and SNDP via pipelines of 20 inches, 6 inches, and 4 inches diameter.
Next, move on to the challenge in natural gas industry environment. So are there two main challenges that being faced by Tunisia in natural gas industry? So first is declining domestic natural gas production, and second is increasing reliance on natural gas import. So Tunisia domestic natural gas production has steadily declined in recent years. In November 2023, the production was 132.8 thousand cubic meter, down from 151.5 thousand cubic meter in October 2023. So the production peaked at 1,144.1 thousand cubic meter in December 2013, but has since steadily decreased. So the World Bank expects Tunisia domestic gas production to decline by 2020. So the main reason of the decline in Tunisia domestic natural gas production include the maturing gas field, declining reserve and lack of the new gas discovery, insufficient exploration ability, and also inadequate investment in the natural gas sector. As I mentioned before, the DG Group in Shell already give the ownership of the Miska and Hasdrubal Fault to Tunisia country itself. Consequently, Tunisia has increasing rely on import to meet its growing energy demand. As we all know, Tunisia electricity demand has increased by approximately 5% annually over the last decade. To meet this rising demand, Tunisia has been heavily dependent on natural gas import. So in 2022, Tunisia was estimated to rely on import for approximately 50% of the total energy consumption, up from 5% in 2010. To address this growing gap between the domestic natural gas production and demand, Tunisia has considered several strategies. So this includes increasing pipe natural gas import from Algeria, exploring domestic shale gas resources, building LNG regasification and storage infrastructure to import gas from other sources, including introducing coal for power generation and expanding more into renewable energy sources. So the World Bank is currently funding a study to help Tunisian government evaluate this option and make strategic choices regarding the country future natural gas supply. So declining domestic natural gas production and increasing reliance on import pose significant challenge for Tunisia energy security and economy vitally. So the country must carefully weigh its option and make strategic decision to ensure a reliable and sustainable energy supply while balancing cost, environmental and social consideration. After we're talking about the challenges faced by natural gas industry in Tunisia, we will next expand about the future undertaking in natural gas industry development in Tunisia. So there are two things that Tunisia taken into account, which are diversify its energy mix and power 2x P2x technology. So Tunisia is actively working to diversify its energy mix and increase its share on renewable energy sources. So the country energy transition strategy launched in 2015, known as Tunisia Solar Plan TSP, aimed to increase the renewable energy to 30% of electricity production by 2030. So Tunisia has significantly potential for wind and solar energy, also particularly in northern, central west and southwest region. So the country has made progress in developing renewable energy, with the installed wind capacity reaching 373 megawatt in 2019. So solar photovoltaic capacity has also been growing with a cumulative installed capacity of 140 megawatt for self-production on the low voltage grid by 2019. However, the challenges remain in achieving the sustainable energy transition. So the Tunisia energy sector is still heavily dependent on fossil fuel, accounting for 97% of the electricity production. So the country faces issues such as increasing energy consumption, diminishing national resources, and also growing energy deficit. So to address these challenges, Tunisia is working to improve the regulatory and institutional framework for renewable energy. So the country also focusing on capacity building, training program, and partnership to develop a local skill and expertise in the renewable energy sector. So by attracting private investment and addressing off-taker risks are also key priorities in this diversified energy mix future undertaking also. So this also includes ensuring the benefit of renewable energy development are distributed fairly and the local community has voice in the decision-making processes. So next is Power 2X. So by emerging technology like Power 2X, which also known as P2X, also hold a significant potential for reducing Tunisia carbon footprint, particularly in the natural gas industry. PTX can enable the conversion of renewable electricity into carbon-neutral synthetic fuels, chemical and energy carrier, which can replace fossil-based natural gas. One key advantage of PTX for Tunisia is its ability to produce green hydrogen, which can then be used to synthesize carbon-neutral methane or methanol as alternative to natural gas. This will help Tunisia reduce its reliance on fossil fuel and integrate more renewable energy into its energy mix. The country's abundant solar and wind resources can be leveraged to power the electrolysis process required for green hydrogen production. So additionally, PTX technology can enable a long-term storage of excess renewable electricity in the form of hydrogen or other synthetic fuels. This can help Tunisia better manage the intermittency of the renewable energy sources and maximize its utilization of its clean energy potential. So the stored energy can be reconverted to the electricity or used as the feedstock for the production of chemical and fuel, further reducing the carbon footprint in the natural gas industry. So the successful development of PTX in Tunisia will depend on several factors, including the development of supporting regulatory framework, investment in the research, and establishing the robust ecosystem of the business, research institute, and university. So the country will need to address technological, economic, and social challenges to fully realize the potential of PTX in decarbonizing its natural gas industry and wider energy system. Overall, the PTX technology presents a promising opportunity for Tunisia. Also, Tunisia to transition its natural gas industry toward a more sustainable and low carbon future, contributing to the country's broader effort to diversify its energy mix and reduce its environmental impact.
So, as a conclusion, the upstream sector involves the exploration and production of natural gas with significant contributions from key fields such as El Borma, Miskar, and Hasdrubal. Despite the maturity and declining production of these fields, they have been central to meeting the domestic energy demands. The downstream sector focuses on the utilization of natural gas, particularly in electricity generation. Tunisia relies heavily on natural gas imports, especially from Algeria, to meet its energy needs. This dependency poses economic risks due to fluctuating global energy prices and highlights the need of diversification and investment in local production capabilities. So addressing these challenges will require strategic investments, policy reforms, and international cooperation to ensure sustainable and secure energy supply for the future. Future developments in Tunisia's natural gas industry should prioritize enhancing local production, exploring new gas fields, and leveraging emerging technologies like Power 2X for reducing the carbon footprint. That's all from us. Thank you.